So this is something that I thought about doing for a while and wanted to do for a little while. 3.5 months ago, my wife and I welcomed a baby boy into the world, and it was the best thing that has ever happened. He's a wonderful, amazing, happy, healthy little guy. But it makes you realize too that you look around and at your own family, and you see your parents getting older, and my parents are in their 60s now, and that they're not as healthy as they used to be, and part of that is they never really took good care of themselves, and it makes you realize that you want to be around for a long time. So before our son was born, I went to the gym every day and was really big into exercise and working out and getting stronger, hitting goals. Played baseball in university, and it was just something that I was passionate about. And it's been harder to keep up with that since he's been born. And so this is just my way of keeping myself accountable to make sure that I can be the best version of myself for him and for my wife. So this is episode 1, step 1 of that process, and we'll see how it goes. So on the way to the gym right now, today we're gonna do some chest and triceps, or maybe just chest, probably just chest. I want to do quick workouts. It's hard being a parent, it's hard working with a young kid, it's hard to find the time to go. So the intention with this is that we are going to do 45-minute workouts. You get in, you get your work done, you get out, but you still are working hard and getting a good exercise out of it. So we're on our way to the gym right now. We're gonna do some chest. We'll start probably with some bench press. I'm working back up towards getting to 315. I hit that years ago, pre-pandemic, and that's been a goal of mine to get back up to it. So we'll see how we do there. We're gonna be back up to a 1 rep max of 315, and then once we hit that, I'll transition more to working on some incline. But for today, we're gonna do flat bench and then some sort of incline variation, whether it be dumbbells, bench press, or on a Smith machine. And then we'll do some cable flies. And that'll be that. We'll be 45 minutes in and out. We'll do a little shoulder warm up as well. And then we'll see how we do. So we're pulling to the gym. I'll be here in about 2 minutes, and we'll get inside and get going. And I appreciate you following along and being part of the journey. Because all we're trying to do, everybody in the gym every day is just trying to get a little bit better. And if you can go into the gym and get a little bit better, not worry about what everybody else is doing, just focus on yourself, it's a much better place. So that's the goal for today. We'll see how we do, and this is episode 1.
All right, so here's the I's, Y's, T's, W's, and then I call them Superman. So I, you're going right directly in front of your head. Y, on an angle over to the side. T, you're going off to the side directly. As you can see, that's the Y's right there. The T's, we're going out beside us there. I always do a thumbs up with these two, just feels better. And then W's, thumbs down, going right behind you. And the last one here, I call them Supermans. You're gonna go up, rotate externally at 90 degrees, and come back down. So do 5 of each of those with 2.5 pounds. All right, so we're starting with our bench press here. I usually do some sort of explosive chest exercise with a medicine ball or something to start with, but we just hit the bar for 5 quick reps. Then we throw a plate on there, go 135. I always try to do my reps with these the same way that I'm going to try to do my heavy sets. So good control, heels on the ground, 3 points of contact with the bench. And I usually do 2 sets of 135. I find that the first one, I'm kind of warming up my elbows, my shoulders, my joints a little bit. And then the second one, I'm a little bit more ready for and kind of do a bit more explosive. So here we go. We're up to 185 on the bar. Same thing. We're trying to keep our elbows fairly tucked. Good grip on the bar, heels on the floor, 3 points of contact on the bench. Okay, up to 225 here. I think I do 3 of these. And the weight's feeling pretty good. Bar's moving all right. Coming down, touching just below the nipple line, and then kind of pushing back and up over the head. Good heel drive into the floor there as well. Up to 275 here. Just a single. Anytime I'm doing a heavier single or top set, when I get to a certain point, I just do singles. Same with this at 295. And this is where I really knew that I was going to be able to attempt 315 pretty confidently. This felt pretty good. It hesitated in the middle there a little bit, but I'm glad it went up. It felt pretty good there too. So then whenever I build up to a top heavy set, I always like to do a static hold as well. Static hold, I find it just gets my body prepped to hold heavier weight going forward. So here I just did a static hold anywhere from 8 to 10 seconds. This one I did 365. And then from there, anytime I do anything heavy, I always do a couple drop sets back down too. So the first one here, I'm back down to 275. Do a couple sets until pretty much failure. Probably an RPE, a rate of perceived exertion, around 9. I might have been able to do one more, maybe another half rep, but that's about it. Then again, take 50 pounds off to go to 225. Again, we're burning out here, pretty much going to failure, like 1 rep away from failure, just about. Pause in the middle there a little bit, stick, but it went up in the end. And then 135 again, go until just about failure, just repping out the weight here. Now, I always will go a flat to an incline. If I don't always start with an incline. So this workout I started with a flat barbell bench press. So then from there I'll go to an incline. Really trying to focus on keeping my elbows tucked and my wrists more of like a neutral position, not too pronated or palms away from me. Really kind of almost keep my palms sort of together on a bit of an angle there. So I start off with 60 pounds. One up to 80 pounds, and then in a second here, go up to 100-pound top set. Felt a little bit heavier. Hadn't held or done a bench of 315 in a couple of years, which was really nice to get. But so the hundreds didn't go up quite that fast, as much as I would like them to, but that's okay. So we went up there, and then similar to what we did on the bench press, I always drop down weights. So here I went down about 25%. Down to the 75s. I like to go down about 25% weight if I can. So 100s down to 75s, and then from 75s I went down to 60s on my next set, about 25 pounds, and then down to another 15 pounds. I found that's a good weight where I can usually get about another 6 to 8 reps before I hit complete failure. And then from there I'll cut that weight pretty much in half, which is what I did here in a second. And I just go to complete failure, just repping out as much as I can.
Well, she's probably not close. I know.
And then this is my favorite sort of variation that I've been doing lately of a fly, some sort of cable fly. So I like to do them single arm. And what I do, I'll step really kind of out and almost in front of the cable, kind of have it right by my side. And then what I like to do is put my other hand, as you can see, my left hand there is on my pec on the other side, and really feel kind of where your upper pec curves along from like your clavicle bone down to your shoulder and down to your bicep. You'll see me kind of pull my head off to the side there too. I find that if I do that, I can get a really extra good stretch in my pec. All right, so we're back in the truck after our first workout. There were some victories and there were some defeats, for sure. Let's start with the negatives. My tripod broke. I tried to put the handle down and the clip just friggin' snapped right there. So that's an issue. Gotta get a new one of those. Issue number 2 is my phone died. So another technical challenge when I was doing my flies there, but you get the idea. What I like to do with the flies is I do one arm at a time and I step out a little bit from the cable, because I really feel that lets me get a good feeling of stretch in my upper chest, kind of from where like the insertion point is down across like the fibers. So and I kind of turn my neck to the opposite side. So if I'm doing like my right arm, I'll turn my head to the left, because I feel really that stretch down in there is a lot better if I do that. So so those were the defeats of day one. Victories, we hit 315 on the bench. That was sweet. It's something I haven't done in, gosh, 5 years, 6 years probably, which is awesome. So we did 135, 185, 225, 275, 295, and 315 on bench, then a static hold at 365, back down to 275, back down to 225, then back down to 135. And then on incline dumbbells, we had 60s, 80s, 100s, back down to 75s, back down to 60s, then back down to 30s for a burnout set. And then on the single arm flies, we did just a 60 pounds on the cable per arm, but a little bit higher reps there, but we can do about 15 reps per arm. We did 3 sets of that. And that's the workout for today. So we're gonna keep doing this. We had some technical challenges today, but it's all part of the process. We're gonna learn, we're gonna get better, and we're gonna keep going. So one thing to remember is just everybody in the gym is there for one reason. That's just to get a little bit better every day. And if we just get a little bit better every day and don't worry too much about what the person beside us are doing, and just kind of focus on ourselves and trying to be better than last time and be good enough, then we'll all be better off at the end of the day. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned a little something or picked up a little bit something. Like I said, I'm doing this to keep myself accountable and hopefully inspire a few others. You don't need much time. You just gotta put the time in. So until next time, thanks for watching, and like, comment, subscribe down below, and we'll talk to you soon.